Andrew, thank you so much for coming and being part of these conversations. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I live near Cheltenham. I'm married, got a 16-year-old daughter, so that keeps me entertained. Work-wise, I work as a senior executive in a large Indian organisation. We deliver into financial services companies across the UK.
Thank you. Now, you've like the rest of us been working from home and locked down for quite a while, and we thought we're going back to the office, and now we're not. But lockdown began in some quite challenging ways for you. Just tell us a bit about what happened.
So back in March, when lockdown started, pretty much a week after it, I developed COVID symptoms. So I was self-isolating. But a week into that, I actually ended up being taken into Cheltenham A&E and pretty much straight up to intensive care. In the ambulance came out to see me, and on the way in, it turns out my right lung collapsed. And when they got me to the hospital and started doing the readings, it became quite apparent my kidneys had failed, my liver was failing. So they moved me up to intensive care, put me in an induced coma on a respirator. And then about a week after that, they actually had to put a tracheotomy in my throat to help me breathe because I was that ill. While I was in intensive care, unfortunately, my wife was ill as well, and she ended up in the bed next to me in intensive care. Not the most romantic place to be.
Oh, you're a romantic. You know how to take someone on a date.
Never taken anyone there before. So unfortunately, while I was in there, the doctors spoke to my wife and told her to prepare for the worst. And clearly this rocked her as it would anyone. But bless her, she just doubled down on prayer and on getting messages out to our church, to our friends, about praying for me, and I had people all over the world praying for me.
And I gather because you came around from the coma and you had a look at your phone, and what did you find then?
So yes, I had my phone, and it had nearly 2,000 WhatsApp messages and over 600 emails from people telling me they were praying for me, their church were praying for me, which was fantastic because I got this literally 20 minutes after a couple of consultants had told me that because of how ill I'd been, they didn't actually expect me to recover, and they didn't understand how I'd recovered to that point.
There's a real sense there of the power of prayer, and I know that's had an impact on your own life. You're telling me, so how does every day begin for you now, or most days begin for you now?
So every day I try and join a prayer call. So there's a group of us that meet a couple of different times in the morning. 30 minutes we get together on Zoom or Skype, and people from all over the world. We have people from Paris, Sydney, London, up in the Orkney Isles, and we just try and set the day off in prayer, listen to God, ask for blessings for the day.
And that sense of prayer sustaining you through illness, prayer sustaining you now. And I know you were telling me that one of the great joys is to be able to share your story with others as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I've spoken to people who've asked me if I've been angry at God for putting me through this, but I view it that God's seen me through it, and without my faith, I don't think I would be where I am. And I believe prayer really helped and sustained me when I was at my lowest.
Andrew, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing just a part of your story here and the impact that that's had on your life. Really grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.